Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Sunday Morning Drives. Today we are driving the BMW M2. This is the facelift version of the M2, and the difference between the pre-facelift is this one has a bit more power and a bit more torque. So the power figure has increased from 453 to 468 horsepower, and the torque from 550 Newton meters to 600 Newton meters of torque. The interior and exterior remains basically the same from the pre-facelift, with only very minimal and small detailed differences. This car comes standard with a 8-speed automatic gearbox with different drive modes, and you can also order this car with an optional 6-speed manual gearbox as well. I think this is the only car in the BMW lineup right now selling in New Zealand that has an option of having a 6-speed manual gearbox. The clutch feels very good, and the throw of the gears, they are also quite nice, quite short, quite accurate. So currently on sale in New Zealand, there are 3 variants of the 2 Series. One is the 240i, which is a little bit different from the M series. So the 240i has a B58 engine that is a single turbo inline-6 3-liter engine that produces around 382 horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque. And the second car is the M2. The M2 comes with a high-performance S58 twin-turbo inline-6 3-liter engine. And the third variant would be the M2 CS. That is the top of the line that will come into New Zealand later on this year. So that car is a high-performance variant of the M2, which adds a bit more lightweight components, and also the engine has been tuned to produce more power. So it produces 523 horsepower and 650 Newton meters of torque. So the exterior look of the M2 has always been quite controversial. Some people don't like it, some people think it's really nice. Personally, I think it's well designed. It's very different and quite special compared to the other lineups in the BMW family. It differentiates itself from the rest of the M products. It looks very distinctive with all these very squarish and very angular lines on the car. One thing I really like about the M2 is the widened look of the car compared to a normal 240i. So it has a wider front fender, and also at the rear the fenders are wider. There is a special side skirt that runs from the side to the front of the rear fenders. That's also different from a 240i. Especially when you look out from the side mirrors as well. You can see the rear track, rear haunch of the car is much wider and makes this car feel very aggressive, very sporty, and very special. So the interior of the M2 is your typical high-quality BMW interior with nice materials and good fit and finish. The only difference I would say compared to, say, a M5 or M3 is the M2 has a bit more plastic bits inside the interior. For example, on top of the door, on the dash, the door bins, they're all made out of plastic. But overall, this interior still feels very nice. And in New Zealand, the interior is quite highly spec'd with all the carbon fiber bits and pieces. For example, the carbon fiber steering wheel, the carbon fiber on the dash, and also on your center console as well. I also really like these standard sports seats of the M2. There's a lot of electric adjustments. You can adjust it quite low to the ground, which is really nice for a sports car. And it's really easy to get into a very comfortable and very nice driving position. The steering wheel column also moves forward and back, up and down. And also there's a lot of bolstering for these seats. The side bolsterings are great. There are also M stitching on the seat belts, also M colors on the doors, on the seats. So the front seats actually fold down really easily, and also it moves forward automatically for easy access to the back. So at the rear there are 2 seats. both with ISOFIXes for your child seats. Once you fold down the rear seats, this car actually gives you a lot of loading space. You can probably even fit a set of spare track tires at the back. Although the space at the back are not that great, but it's good to have them as a 4-seater, so you have more options if you drive this as a daily. So right now, I am in my M1 setting, where I set everything to comfort and the transmission in auto, the engine in sport. So in comfort mode, especially the comfort suspension mode, the suspension feels firm, but not jarring. It feels pretty much like driving a normal 2 Series when you put everything into comfort. The NVH is done quite well in this car, so you feel you are quite isolated from the outside. You don't hear much noises from the outside, and not even the tire noises. It is controlled very well. Also, the interior feels very premium, pretty solid. The whole car just feels very cohesive, so it gives you that very premium feel. The steering is actually quite light in comfort mode, so it's really good for daily drives. Also, the throttle response in efficient and in comfort mode feels very soft and very progressive and very smooth. The long screen and also the digital setup of the screens gives you a lot of adjustability. The driver's dash, there's a bit of adjustability that shows different information of your tire pressure or your car vitals. You can customize whichever information you want to see in front of you. And also in the center screen, you can easily change the setup of this car and record that into your M1 and M2 buttons. So I think that's really good from BMW. I actually quite like that. So you can change the characteristics of this car very easily, from a very comfortable daily to a very brutal and exciting sports car. The visibility of this car is also great, and I really like the sitting position as well. You can get very low into the seat, so it gives you this very sporty and very close to the ground feel. That's really good. It does not come with a sunroof though, because the M2 is equipped with a carbon fiber roof. It looks pretty amazing from the outside, and it also saves weight. So once I press the M2 button, I have set everything up to sport mode. Basically the engine and also the chassis is all in sport mode. Differences from comfort mode obviously is the sound. You hear much more from the exhaust and also from the speakers. There's definitely plenty of power from this car. With an engine that produces almost 500 horsepower, this car feels very quick in terms of straight line speed. The steering is very accurate, but in sport mode, there's a bit of transition of weight you can feel in this car. The body roll is somewhat obvious if you turn into tight corners like this. So let's see what happens if we change everything to Sport Plus. You can feel the throttle response is even better and even sharper than Sport mode. So that's really good. So makes the car feel a bit different in each incremental modes. You can feel there's more support from the suspension somehow. So the body roll is reduced from sport mode and makes you feel the car is more planted going into corners. Gives the driver more confidence to drive a bit faster compared to sport mode. I do quite like the sound this car makes. Although it's a turbocharged car, but it still sounds pretty good, even though some of the sounds are synthetic coming from the speakers. But overall, I think the sound of the whole experience of this car is pretty good. And the downshift sound is very, very nice. And when you upshift, there is a bit of pop coming from the back. It makes this car even more exciting. I'm very impressed with the grip level this car has. The mechanical grip level of this car is pretty amazing actually. Because the width of this car is almost the same as a M3 or M4, so it has really wide tracks. I'm also quite impressed by the throttle response of this car, especially in Sport and Sport Plus mode. Although it's a turbocharged car, but as long as you are in the right gear, it doesn't have much turbo lag. The throttle response is pretty instantaneous, which makes this car feel very light on its feet. I think the S58 engine, the inline-6 twin-turbo 3-liter petrol engine, is a highlight of this car. It produces an amazing amount of power and pulls very, very hard. It's very powerful and it does sound very good as well. And the claimed 0 to 100 number for this car is around 4 seconds, which is very quick for a 1.7-ton car. The 8-speed automatic gearbox feels quite nice though. It's pretty fast, although not as fast as a dual-clutch gearbox, but it does the job pretty well. Especially when you are downshifting, it's pretty instantaneous. Going into second gear, third gear, the upshift has a little bit of tiny delay, but the downshift is very, very fast. And also the pedals on the steering wheel as well. Although it's a plastic structure, but they do feel quite nice in your hands. And they click very well with this very nice clicking and tactile sound. Somehow the driving dynamics of the M2 feels a bit nimble than the M3 and M4. In terms of weight, they are very similar. The M2 is about 1.75 tons. And the M3 is about 1.8 tons, so there's only 50 kg difference. I think the majority of the difference comes from not the weight, but the wheelbase and the length of the car. So the wheelbase in the M2 is about 2.7-ish, in the M3 is about 2.8. So there is a 10 centimeter difference in terms of wheelbase. And in terms of length of the car, there's a 20 centimeter difference between the M2 and the M3. So the M2 is definitely a bit smaller in size. The width of the cars though, from the M2 and the M3, they are very similar. This car feels quite accurate in terms of its steering, but the steering doesn't have much feel though. This is an electrically assisted rack. And although it feels a bit more nimble than the M3 and the M4, but you can still feel this is a very heavy car. At 1.75 tons for a sports car, even with this kind of power, you can still feel that weight everywhere in terms of acceleration. When you are braking into a corner, that momentum of the weight is always there. So I would say if they could cut down the weight by say 150 kgs, it will transform the dynamics of this car quite a lot. Personally, I also don't quite like the brake feel of this car. Somehow the pedal feel feels a bit disconnected, and I don't think there's enough initial bite to give the driver enough confidence driving fast. So what do I think of the M2? I think overall this is a very capable sports car. And it's also very well built, high quality, very premium and very practical. And it has different characteristics from your comfort modes to your sport plus modes. The difference is quite obvious, so that's really good. Some of the downsides to this car though, I think it lacks steering feel, and also the brake feel is not that perfect. And also I think it's a bit heavy for a sports car. The base price of this car is around 150,000 New Zealand dollars. So it's reasonably priced, because comparing to the M3, which is around 180,000 New Zealand dollars, this car has about 90% of what M3 can offer. And the driving feel feels a bit more nimble compared to the M3 and the M4. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video of the M2. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and please hit that like button and feel free to comment in the comment section below. Thank you again for watching. Hope to see you in our next video.